When we discuss top-of-the-line smartphones, Xiaomi isn't a name that comes up. This isn't because they don't make quality phones, but rather due to the fact that they don't directly sell their phones out of China. So despite the obvious lack of international marketing, the Mi 3 has been a device that a lot of people have been looking forward to. And now, thanks to XiaomiWorld.com, we've managed to get our hands on the WCDMA variant of the Mi 3. So, is this phone all that's hyped up to be, or is it another that needs to be dismissed as that overhyped Chinese phone? Well, let's take a closer look. So, before we get to the Mi 3, as always, if this is your first time here, or in case you've just forgotten, my name's Ash and you're watching C4E Tech. A lot of us loved the Lumia 920's build and wished for Nokia to come out with an Android phone. Well, that might or might not happen given Microsoft's acquisition of Nokia. Xiaomi seems hell-bent on filling that void here. To state that the design of the Mi 3 is inspired by the Lumia 920 would be an understatement. We have the volume rockers and the power button to the right, the familiar Lumia-esque machine-drilled holes for the speaker and mic, along with a USB OTG-enabled micro-USB port at the bottom, nothing to the left, and on top a 3.5mm headphone jack and surprisingly a full-size SIM card slot. Sadly, there is no room for expansion via microSD, but there is a 64GB variant available though. In a marked departure from the Lumia design, the Mi 3 is just 8.1mm slim and weighs in at a decent 145 grams. With a 5-inch IPS display up front and rounded edges, the Mi 3 is perfect for single-handed usage. It's worth noting that while the body is made of polycarbonate, it's reinforced by magnesium alloy on the inside. In my honest opinion, while it's no HTC One, it's still top-notch build quality. On top, we have the earpiece, sensors, 2-megapixel front-facing camera, the notification LED, and Xiaomi branding. Lower below, the 5-inch IPS display, and at the bottom, a set of capacitive menu, home, and back keys. The 5-inch 1080p IPS display has been sourced from LG and gives the Mi 3 a pixel density of 441 pixels per inch. The screen is bright, colors are natural, and everything's crisp and sharp. Sunlight legibility is great and viewing angles are fantastic. All this is powered by a 3050 mAh non-user replaceable battery that just keeps going on and on. On a looping video playback tests, the Mi 3 easily managed to pass the 10-hour mark with about 6 to 7% charge left. With moderate usage, getting through a day or even two shouldn't be an issue. On the back, we have the f2.2 13-megapixel Sony sensor, the dual LED flash, secondary noise-cancelling microphone, and the Xiaomi branding again. Talking about the camera, the 13-megapixel rear camera is capable of shooting some great pictures. The shutter speed's fast and image quality is great. Sharp, natural colors and tons of detail lead to beautiful images. Video quality is excellent as well. 1080p videos shot are very crisp and smooth. The interface is loaded with manual options. Xiaomi calls this the professional mode. The lack of labels to the options here means there's a bit of a learning curve associated with it. If you find that to be too complicated, you can always resort to the simple mode though. Internally, the Mi 3 is powered by either the NVIDIA Tegra 4 or the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 chipset. The Tegra 4 variant will not work with most 3G frequencies outside China, so for any international viewers, make sure you get the Snapdragon 800 variant like the one used in this video. The Snapdragon 800 chipset houses 4 high-powered Krait 400 cores clocked at 2.26 GHz each, coupled with an Adreno 330 GPU and 2 GB of DDR3 RAM sourced from Hynix. While Tegra 4 is a beast when it comes to gaming, the Adreno 330 GPU on the Snapdragon variant was no slouch either and blew away anything that we threw at it. The audio via the internal speakers was pretty loud as well, without any distortion. Sadly, the Mi 3 doesn't ship with earphones included in the box, but Xiaomi does sell these piston earphones separately and the quality is great. Now moving on to the most important part of a phone, the software, and here's where Xiaomi puts a lot of distance between the Mi 3 and its competition. The Mi 3 runs Android 4.3 Jellybean with Xiaomi's custom MIUI v5 on top. Before I hear your collective moans for a custom Chinese UI, here's something you need to know about MIUI. It's been around for quite a while now and is not just restricted to Xiaomi phones. Xiaomi officially ports it over to a lot of popular phones like the Galaxy S4 and the HTC One, and apart from that there are tons of unofficial ports. What this means is there are millions of MIUI users out there, and this leads to Xiaomi being better aware of what an international consumer wants than say for example Lenovo or Vivo. Now let's talk a little bit about the negatives of MIUI. 1. It's still based on Android 4.3, but a 4.4 update is promised this month. Number 2. No app drawer. MIUI uses the iOS style single level user interface where all your apps go straight to the home screen. This style seems to be very popular in China, so I'm gonna let this one slide since Xiaomi never intended for this phone to be sold in international markets. So now there should be a reason for MIUI's popularity, right? If I were to answer this question in one word, it would be customization. That pretty much sums it up. Easy and extreme customization. With MIUI, you can customize everything from your boot animation to your dialer, the lock screen, the status bar, and even the system font used, all without having to root your phone. And in case you want to root your phone, Xiaomi officially provides you with a developer edition firmware that gives you root access. Afraid you'll break your phone? Xiaomi has you covered. There are actually 2 instances of the firmware installed on the Mi 3. So mess one up, which is very difficult to do by the way, and you can still boot from the other. MIUI is quite a unique UI with a lot of interesting and useful tweaks. Xiaomi has also thrown in quite a lot of their own apps. First off, the Mi Store. Since the Play Store isn't available out of the box due to Chinese regulations, Xiaomi includes their own store. Yes, it's in Chinese, but you don't really have to use it. Just open up the Mi Store, search for Google, install the first app that you see, and that gets you Play Store and all of Google's services installed. Another app worth mentioning is Security. This is a very useful all-in-one app that combines a cleaner, data monitor, blacklist, power manager, antivirus, and permissions manager into one. And then there's the Themes app. Here you can find tons of free icon packs, boot animations, wallpapers, lock screens, fonts, and more. Overall, MIUI is a very refreshing take on Android, and to just run through the highlights would be a 2-part video in itself. So let me know if you guys would want to see that in the comments below, and if enough of you do, I'd probably end up shooting a video. Anyway, coming back to performance, all's well, smooth and stable, apps open up quick, there's absolutely no lag. So now we get to the price part. Xiaomi sells the 16GB Mi 3 for $327. But since they don't sell it directly and stocks are usually limited, there are huge markups involved, even for the resellers who procure them in China. So the final price for international buyers comes to about $490 US for the 16GB variant and $550 for the 64GB variant. Even with the markup, this is considerably cheaper than any flagship from popular manufacturers like Samsung, HTC, Sony, or LG, barring the Nexus 5 of course. So I guess this pretty much wraps up this review. The Mi 3 is an amazing device at a killer price, and I'd be happy recommending it to anybody. Apart from the obvious lack of brand recognition, there is almost nothing negative that I could say about the Mi 3. This has been my daily driver for a few weeks now and will probably remain that way unless I'm testing a new phone to review or get my hands on a phone with a 2K display. So anyway, that's me. What do you guys think? Do you feel the Mi 3 is a device that warrants your attention? Or do you think the lack of brand recognition is gonna hold you back from getting this awesome phone? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, for those interested in the Xiaomi Mi 3, in my experience, XiaomiWorld.com is possibly the safest place to import it from. I'll leave direct links to Xiaomi World for the Mi 3 and all the accessories used in this video, including the piston earphones. You can find the link right below the like button in the description. As of now, you can use the discount code C4ETech to get $5 off on any purchase, not just the Mi 3, any purchase over $100 on Xiaomi World. I am trying to negotiate a higher discount for you guys, and keep checking the description for any update on that front. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you like this video, please show it, help me out, hit the share button, like button, subscribe button, pretty much any button you can find on the page. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon on the next one. Till then, this is Ash here from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.